Hello, good morning. I'm so happy to be back here after being 6 weeks away, traveling through Morocco, Indonesia, Italy, Rome, and then France. It was really quite an epic journey. And for me, it really pressed the reset button, shook things up inside, and made me look even deeper as to what is my purpose and why am I here and what is this all about? Hello, I am Deirdre Hade, and I am the founder of the Radiance Healing Journey. About 20 years ago, I had an experience of moving into enlightenment. That's a big word, so I'm going to just bring it down a few notches and say I had this experience of disappearing and becoming one with everything in the universe. And that was a real game changer for me. So since then, I've been speaking, sharing, giving healings with this energy that I experienced during this awakening time. And I want to say thank you all for here. Those of you who are curious, a new seeker, or you've been longing and searching for a deeper spiritual connection in your life for many years. So I'm very grateful you're here. Thank you for joining me. So what is enlightenment? I sent out in my newsletter that this month is the meaning of enlightenment, May. The flowers are blooming, the spring is coming, there's a renewal, and our body feels this renewal. Our body feels the energy of awakening, the energy of enlightenment comes from the earth. We've been through winter, and winter is the time that we go deep. We go within and we look for the hidden light, the mysterious light, the light that can never be put out, even when the sun seems to be far away. Springtime is when the beauty of who you are comes open. And I'm just going to give you 1 minute because I just heard from someone they couldn't hear me. So I'm going to press some buttons here with our Facebook, our technology. And I'm not really the best when it comes to technology. But it's great that we can all be together like this. So springtime is really when Mother Earth, in her cycles, when she rebirths her consciousness, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth is a living being. She's alive like you and I are. And she speaks a language of nature. And this language of nature is enlightenment. It's that simple. It is being connected to another kind of communication, a communication that is non-linear, without words, but it's a knowingness. And when this communication occurs, the entire field of your persona, your soul, spirit, physical body, and the ego body, the ego mind, explodes. It's like a supernova. That's the aha moment. You just broke through the wall of prison, the energetic wall called our mind. We need our mind, but it is the barrier to enlightenment. Why is that? Because the mind, the thinking mind, just thinks itself into all kinds of little traps and little rooms of muttering and trying to figure it out and put it together. And that's all wonderful. And that's brilliant. We love the mind. We need our mind. But there is a window in this room of your mind. It has slats like a prison, but the light is always shining through. And so you who are a seeker, you are the one who's looking up from this small room of the mind and saying, I want that light. I want to fly out that window. And that's what we're here for today. That's why I'm here. I'm a guide. I am like a boat captain that says, okay, here's some strategies, here's some steps. This will work better than something else. Because moving into, quote, enlightenment, again, that's a really big word. But if we just bring it down, moving into being completely at home in your body, completely at peace with your world, completely in love with everything and feeling love from everything, spontaneous joy, creativity, all of this is enlightenment. So it's really very simple. But the path to it gets very complicated. And because we've had thousands and thousands and thousands of years of incredible teachings and practices to find enlightenment, let's just say that the book has gotten very, very heavy and very, very big. And the weight of that big book, for many of us, we say, oh my gosh, I can never do this. It's just too far. It's just too hard. And there's so much dogma and there's so many rules, and I don't think I can do it in my modern life. So when I went to the sacred sites throughout, starting in Morocco and going into Europe, I went to Siena. And Siena is where, excuse me, my computer's gonna just go out. So we're gonna plug that. We're gonna plug it. And there just went an archangel. Archangel just fell over. Hold on. I've got to plug my computer in. Here we go. Yeah, that's good. That's what happens after you've traveled for a long time. I barely unpacked. I just got home like 2 days ago. So there we go. Thank you. Isn't technology great? It's so non-perfect. So when I was in Siena, I went to the Cathedral of St. Catherine. And St. Catherine is not a saint that I had never really known anything about. But I have a very personal relationship with her. So when we got to Siena, and my guide said, oh, this is where St. Catherine lived, and we actually have her skull here. So you can see her skull in the cathedral, but you can't take pictures. This lightning bolt of electricity came through me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even realize that Siena is where Catherine was. I just added it on. I said, I have to go to Siena. I don't know why. But we were moving so fast, I really didn't even have time to plan the trip. I just turned it over to God and my travel agent. I said, where should I go? So when I got there, I was with my husband, Will, and our tour guide. We went in the church. And her presence was so very powerful. It was just extraordinary, just exquisite. And I listened carefully to her and what she had to say. Of course, my first question was to her, why me? Why me? I'm not special. I'm as ordinary can be. Why me? Why did you appear to me? So this is the story of St. Catherine and myself. And from this are gems for you to have your own experience, your own mystical opening into the wonder of the saints and the archangels and Mother Nature in her enlightenment. So the story goes like this. It's just a short story, so it'll only take a couple of minutes. When 9/11 happened, I was shown 9/11 in a dream 3 weeks beforehand. I lived in Topanga Canyon. My daughter was about 6, 7. For all of you that remember 9/11 and really the trauma, the terror, and also the surprise, because we really never thought anything like that could happen. But I was shown 3 weeks before a vision. And so when I turned on the TV that morning, I saw my dream before me. I said, why? Why did I see this? Why was I shown this? Because obviously there's nothing I could do to stop this. After 9/11, I began having many dreams. And in the dreams, many of the people who were on the plane started talking to me and saying, we're in a great place. We have our body. We just left one room and went into another. We didn't even know, like, we died. Matter of fact, we're not dead. That was one of the young men said, well, I just want you to know I'm not dead. This kept going on. And then about a few weeks after 9/11, and this is where I get to Catherine, I was in the grocery store at Gelson's in Pacific Palisades, California. It's a nice neighborhood and regular people, and I'm in Gelson's. And this is back when you wrote checks. Remember those days? And I was writing a check for the groceries. And behind the clerk, a woman appears. And she's wearing a habit, a nun's habit. And she looks like this. I'm going to show you this picture. And it probably, I don't know if you can see it. There she is. I don't know if you can see that. That's St. Catherine. I just got this at the cathedral in Siena. So there's this nun in this dress, just like that. And I say to myself, that's so odd that there is a nun in Gelson's in the Palisades. There's no Catholic church here. And the Catholic churches that we have around us, most of the nuns don't, matter of fact, I've never seen a nun wear a habit. They just kind of wear dresses, black or gray. But this was a habit like from hundreds of years ago. And she just kept smiling at me. And so I turned to the woman next to me and I said to her, don't you think it's odd that there is a nun in Gelson's standing there? And the woman looked at me and her eyes got this big and she goes, what? What are you talking about? And then I realized, oh my gosh, she can't see this person. So I said to her, oh, nothing. And I just tried to play it off. And I kept writing the check and I would look up and I thought, well, this is interesting. And this nun just kept smiling. And then the cashier turned around. She it's like she felt something behind her. You know how when you just feel a presence? So she turned around to see what was behind her. And then she looked at me really puzzled, and I said, is there somebody near you? And she goes, no, but I don't know what that is. She sloughed it off. I write the check. I get my groceries. I have my daughter. I start to go out, and the nun starts to follow me. And she's just smiling, not saying a word, just smiling. And then I turn to really say, okay, who are you? What's going on? And when I looked right at her, I looked right in her eyes, and they were this clear blue, this like crystalline blue. And she was a young woman. She was, late 20s, early 30s, petite. And she smiled, and she said, well, I am St. Catherine. And then she disappeared. I didn't see her anymore. And I said, St. Catherine? I'd never heard of St. Catherine. My mother's name is Catherine, but I didn't know who St. Catherine was. I go, St. Catherine? I said, well, why are you here? And she said, I want you to know that I am watching over you and watching over the children of God, meaning humanity, and that there's a great light, there's a great ascension or transformation that's coming, and not to be afraid, even though these events look so terrible. Know that the saints, the angels, the guides are all here now on the earth, walking among you to help nurture, love, console, minister to humanity and the broken heart of humanity. Well, this all happened, right in the front entryway of Gelson's. I was so overwrought. I was just crying, and the whole world just changed. Everything in front of me just changed. Time stopped. And again, I was like, well, why is she visiting me? And in Gelson's? Many, many years, for many years, I meditated, prayed, contemplated on this, the vision that I had been shown. And I got many lessons. And those, I want to share that with you. The main lesson I got was that don't have a preconceived notion about where your aha moment, where your awakening moment will happen. Just throw that out. Because I wasn't in a church, a monastery, I wasn't in a yoga studio, I wasn't meditating. I was writing a check in a checkout line. And this vision, this experience of St. Catherine was one of the most palatable visions I've had. I've had probably 5 in my life where I've seen the physical body of a of a saint or an archangel or prophet. I don't see ghosts anymore. I used to see a lot of ghosts, and then I said I don't want to see ghosts anymore, so that stopped. But those visions of the great teachers, since I was 3, my whole life. I mean, that's a pretty long time. It's only happened 5 times. So the lesson was to be in the moment and know that standing in a checkout line, writing a check, doing the mundane work of living life, that the spirit is right there, that awakening is right there. And so what are the steps or the keys to be in that moment so that when the aha happens, when you have an experience of an expanded consciousness, of an awakening, you are ready for it. And you actually coax it along, you help it happen. So the steps are, first, to be inquisitive, to inquire, to be active, meaning that enlightenment or receiving enlightenment is not a passive state. It's an active state. So when I say active, meaning make a commitment or say your intention to fully live life, to fully be present in life and experience life, to look for the light in life, look for the goodness in life, look for those moments, because they are there all the time. It's just we get so busy, we run right by them. So the first step is be inquisitive, ask. And then the second is to say to the universe in the morning, when you wake up, I am ready for my enlightenment. I am ready for my awakening. I am ready to reconnect to the connection of you, most magnificent, incredible creation, all that is. And then put your attention on that, even while you're doing the rest of your work. Make that important. Important in your heart. Important in everything you do. So that it's not something that you just think about once a week, or you are reminded of if you go to yoga, but it's something that is living inside of you 24/7. Now the mind, that small little room I just talked about, it will keep trying to get you to think that life is simply that small room, that prison. And it will distract you. It will send things your way. It'll throw up obstacles so that at the end of the day, you say, oh, that's impossible. It's impossible for me to get out of myself and really expand into who I truly am. That's what the mind says. So what you want to say to the mind is, I hear you, but you're a liar, and that's not true. And I'm going to stay connected to life, the energy of life, the wonder of life, and to the light of my soul's awakening. And I am ready. And that's the very last thing I want to leave with you today. This is a subject I'll be covering the month of May. But today I really want you to get, I am ready. And declare that to the universe. And then don't have a timeline. Don't say to the universe, I'm ready and I want this next Friday at 10 o'clock. It's not like we're, scheduling a surgery. We have to say, I am ready and it's your time. When you feel it's ready, I want you to know that I am ready. And when you say that, the world, the creation, the mystery, the veils part and open. And that inner eye, that silent watcher within you, is activated. And the perception of the world shifts profoundly. And that's when the magic happens and the synchronicity. And it may happen for just a few moments. The other thing about enlightenment that is very important to know, it's not, you have this experience and then you stay like this forever. Yes, that happens down the line. But in the beginning stages, you'll expand, you'll have this moment of oneness, and then it'll close down. And then, okay, I felt it. Now let me say I'm ready again. Let me be in the moment. And then seize the next time the opening happens. Do this, and you are on your way to having your greatest dream answered, the dream of living a fully connected and happy life, joyous life. So thank you for being here today. I just want to end. You can see, I don't know, those you can see, I have two angels behind me. Painted those angels. One is the angel of abundance, the harvest, and one is the angel of the divine oceans. But I'd like to leave you now with a prayer and a blessing from St. Catherine. So let's just close our eyes for just a couple of minutes and gently watch the breath. And allow the presence of pure creation to open like a great orb of white light sitting on your crown chakra. You can feel the weight of this orb, a slight pressure, a tingling, as this orb of light, Keter, divine truth, opens your crown chakra. And this orb of light now begins to descend into your brain, illuminating your brain in the clear light of enlightenment, clarity, peace, forgiveness. And now this beautiful, beautiful star of light descends down into the back of your throat, softening and opening the back of your throat so that your throat is filled and bathed in the clear light of truth. I am truth. I speak my truth. And now this orb of light, beautiful light, descends down past your shoulders into your heart. And there you see in your heart, in this orb of white light, the lily, the white lily with the most beautiful fragrance. I am the enlightened heart. I am the fragrance of a flower. I am peace. And now let your heart relax. Let all the muscles around your heart relax. So your heart gently opens to receive this light. As this orb of light descends into your solar plexus, into your belly, softening your belly, until your solar plexus and belly are a pure white room. I am serenity. And all the stress and anxiety from our belly just dissipates, washes away as we rest in our belly. I am serenity. Everything is perfect. Yud Hey Vav Hey. And now this orb descends into our hips, into our pelvis, relaxing the pelvis. This orb anchoring in our pelvis. Letting the stress go away from our lower back. I am divine action. I am creation. And now this orb falls down through your legs, down to your feet, until your feet are resting on this orb of white light and the light is radiating into your feet. I am connected to Mother Earth. I am supported by Mother Earth. Life is always with me, filling me from Mother Earth. And now St. Catherine takes her hands and places them upon your head to say to you, my beloved, know that you are always cared for and loved. And this presence, this energy, is the energy of the relief of suffering. The relief, the letting go of the story that you must suffer. Washing away that story, letting it go. That was from another time. But you are here to live in joy. And you do not have to carry the belief that you must suffer. You are free. Free from the prison. So we'll just gently open our eyes. Take a nice breath. And let us set our intention today. I am ready. I am ready. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Please come visit me. Send me your comments to deirdrehaid.com. I'm here for you in any way I can be of service to you. And this fall, hold the date, September 21st at Krapala Institute in the Berkshires, Massachusetts. 3 days of deep, deep journey into enlightenment. And I hope you all will join me. So thank you and have a fabulous, fabulous day. Until next week. Bye.